Dark treasure. Dark treasure. Dark treasure.
Left to right, shake that booty all night. Up, down, left to right, shake that booty all night. Up, down, left to right, shake that booty all night. Up, down, left to right, shake that booty all night. You and all your friends ain't got no plans, so baby, dance tonight. You and all your friends.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome. Welcome, my alley cats. My name is Dark Cheshire, poet, disabled veteran, and a cat gentlewoman, a sufferer of anxiety and depression. On this day of adulting, I'm thinking back to when I was a little kitten. I was probably about 5 or so, and Grandma and Mother Cat were in the kitchen talking. I was a quiet little kitten, always with a book in my face so adults would not notice me there. I'd recently lost a tooth, and while I was outside of the kitchen, I overheard the worst thing ever. They were talking about how the tooth fairy wasn't real. My parents had lied to me. I'm such an honest person that it was like a stab to my heart. I stormed into the kitchen upset, calling my mom a liar. Yes, flat out calling her a liar. I'm not joking. But this was serious. And then my brain did the connection and I was like, Easter Bunny, Santa isn't real either. It's all a lie. And I swear to you, I never fully trusted my parents again until later on in my adult years. Now, wait, don't laugh, or no, you can laugh, but don't leave. My story has a point. I swear I will get to it, but for real, let me, I don't think you understand. I never trusted my parents again. I bring that story up at least once a year, even as an adult. When people ask about the worst things, I have a million worst things that have happened to me. But what pops up in my head is that my daggone parents lied to me. They were lying to me about the freaking tooth fairy. They lied to me about Santa and the Easter Bunny. Sweet baby Jesus, it makes no sense. I know that this should not bother me as it does. But I've had serious trauma, but somehow that cut me to the core. And let me tell you, I'm not a special snowflake. I make my therapist make her money and my meds keep me mellow. But what makes me get on my soapbox is parents lying to their kids. And it starts with these imaginary, creepy in hindsight, people you tell your child is creeping through their window and slinking down their chimney. And if they don't have a chimney, I swear my logical brain woke up at 5 years old. I was mad at myself for days for even once believing stupid stories about Santa and flying reindeer, and I didn't have a chimney at the house we were living at. And I can't stand Santa Claus to this day. I think that's why I could care less about the holiday. Even when my mom tried to make the religions more important with it, it still made me mad because historical records say that the church hijacked the quote unquote pagans winter holiday celebration down to the tree. Let me take a sip of tea on that. Let me tell you, this was serious because when my siblings were born some years later, we have like about a good 10 years or so between us. I told my parents to not even dare lying to them about the tooth fairy and the Easter Bunny and Santa. I told them I was going to flat out tell the kids they were lying if they tried. I was trying to save my siblings from the hurt that I felt from my parents lying to me. That hurt of being lied to by the people you trust the most. My middle brother still decided to believe anyway, wanting to believe in the magic, and that's fine. My middle brother is weird. Fast forward, I'm getting to the point now. Fast forward when I have a little kitten of my own, my son. I tell my son nothing about the tooth fairy, but I do put the money under his pillow and tell him he will wake up with a gift from mommy. I tell him what Christmas is about and about how mommy works her butt off to get him presents because it's the season of giving, to give to others. I tell him about that some people tell their kids stories for fun about where their presents and tooth money comes from, and not to spoil it for others. I tell him that it's okay to believe if he wants to. It's just like playing make believe. My son does that for a while, but when it's done, and no hurt feelings, no loss of trust. But dark, you may say. Everyone goes through that loss of innocence. It's part of what grows a child's imagination. And I'll tell you that it didn't hurt my son's imagination at all to know the truth and have trust in his parent. And he was quite capable of creating make-believe worlds to rival my own, who had been lied to and had my loss of innocence. Okay? I want you to think down the line, my other adults. Think about that age when your children will stop talking to you. Those teenage years, those puberty years. You always see it on TV. The kids are keeping secrets. They can't talk to their parents. The parents don't understand. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Never happened to me with my son. You know why? I was always honest with him. From the tooth fairy to where babies came from, to telling my own son about safe, smexy times, adult time, fun times, rather than waiting for school or his friends to tell him. In fact, he came to me on his own in his turbulent teen years to ask questions because he knew I wouldn't lie to him. I told him about fights I had at his age, stupid dares, first time drinking adult beverages, all those kind of things, all those silly mistakes that I made and learned from. And, did it make me squirmy sometimes to bare my soul? Of course. But why lie to protect yourself from the people you claim to care about the most, right? I trust my parents a lot better to this day because they had to learn to be honest with me, to see how much it hurt me to deal with lies, even the little white lies. And if you think I'm blowing smoke, well, to each their own. But I've seen the same people that say their parents' lies F their mind up, go and do the same to their own children. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? And on a sideways note, the elf on the shelf is dumb and creepy and probably causes your child nightmares. And if you can't control your kids, then don't give them presents. Stop creating your child one-way ticket to therapy, damn it. And we will get on another note, another day of adulting. We'll talk about controlling your kids. But this has been a short, dark Cheshire cat talk. I thank you if you stayed and listened. Please like and subscribe if you did. And if you want me to keep me rolling in catnip and kitty litter, please think of donating to my Patreon or Coffee. The link is in the description. I always have so much trouble saying that. I usually end up saying the description. But anyway, and of course, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitch. I'm on all of the things. All right. See you later. See you later, alley cats. Meow.
Baby, dance tonight. You and all your friends ain't got no